Hello there, Fox, or should I call you my lovely Faith? This is the inside of my church right here, right now. I'm going to give you a tour, like I sent you the text message earlier. Right now, what you're in is the fellowship hall, where basically for many events that we have, or when we do dine-ins, or when we celebrate a lost member of the church, and we basically come down here and we just eat. Come down and eat. At one point we had Christmas. We do the Christmas events when we were way younger. We don't do it now because getting old and not many kids are here. But the Christmas tree would be sitting over here. Actually, more like right here and where the mirror's at, because you get the reflection and everything else. Yeah, we recently had to move this from up there down to here. Actually, it was actually near that wall there, but we had to move it over here to install this ramp here, because older people you got the regulation for the fire code and all that for ramps and everything else goes for the elders and all that. Over here is going to be a little dark area. I gotta walk over here and find the light. Where are they at? Right here. Oh, that ain't it. This is it right here. This is the hallway here to come to the pastor's studies office. As you could tell, locked. Can't go in there, which is a good thing. We don't need people coming in here and messing up everything. We have many people at this area where I'm at break in all the time. But yeah, this is currently what our church is Elmira Presbyterian Church. It's a fairly good sized church, roughly about 100 people. This is downstairs area. I'm going to show you the back part upstairs. Excuse the mess right here, because we do a lot, like I said before, fellowship hall stuff. And yes, I have walked these steps many times, especially when I was younger, and had my fair share of falling down. And yes, and here are the Christmas stuff right here. When we do the Christmas and everything else, there's the tree and all that. Up here is basically the all original classrooms. Right here was primary class, as you can tell by the name there. We still have the old chairs, everything. I mean, this whole building's old. You probably almost hear the creaking and cracking in here. I mean, some carpet here where they ripped out the old stuff. Or actually, no, that's the new carpet from downstairs. Yeah. Now converted over to a printing office just in case. I mean, you can't find chalkboards like these now. A very old chalkboard. Right here was my mother's classroom where she taught the kindergartners. And I remember this room very well. Now we just converted it over to a pinball room. I mean, my brother uses this right here as his reference point when he's trying to find the sweet spot for the ball there. We need to get new paddles and everything else. Had to replace the glass and tape the glass many times. I mean, it's been recently done. Yeah. I'm also like the secondary hand to help take care of this old church because it's falling apart and all that. One of these good phrases here that we had to learn. Make sure get all the image of it so that we get a clear view of it. Then we come over here. We had a scorekeeper here. At one point I was winning. Then get the Lord's Prayer. You can never forget that. I mean, it's pretty old. I mean, had this sucker hanging up pretty much over there where the paddle rack is at. No, take it back. That was hanging right here. Right here. Going from here, going into Pioneer class. This is where my sister and her friends were doing class and everything else. Now it's also empty. You can see here we were doing some math calculation of what stuff that we had to do. Basically, for the carriage house that we do, we give a total of 60 bags. And these are the items that we had to maintain to collect for the carriage house. I mean, carriage house, if I can say that correctly. I can't speak today, so forgive me for that. I mean, you can see how far this church, where we're at right now, 1992. This picture, you can't forget these. I remember. Matter of fact, there's me and my brother right there in 92. I think. Yeah. There was some other stuff. I'm trying to remember what it was the Mountain Camel class or events and all that. Oh shit. Some pictures fell. Okay. Then we had some cookouts and everything else. We had a fun time at this church before everything started going wrong and then people getting old and just no longer coming. And some more stuff over here that we do. And we had the senior class, which was basically never used actually. It's now I'm in a library. These are old hymn books here. I mean, these were here during 46. Basically what you see here, all these books, most of it was in 46 and all that. I'll probably grab the book and just do like that. You can see the age. Well, they're well kept and everything else because nobody's up here all the time, so we're just keeping them up here. Old computer there. I mean, God forbid how long that sucker's been sitting here for many years. I mean, you can't find these anymore. I mean, bad enough you got the floppy disk and the CD and everything else. Just some old stuff in here. Cassette tapes and all that. Which is now which we are now using this as a computer, not computer, but library. But we need more books, but that depends if we ever get more people. This right here, this is basically where we do all 60 bags when we get ready for the carriage house. We basically fill up this entire hallway. And right here, going to the emergency exit here with probably up to right here. Let me get the light on, maybe that'll help. All the way up to here with bags. So basically in there and here with bags. This was my classroom at the time when I was finally getting older and everything else. As you can tell from the theme, NASCAR and everything else, racing and all that. But eventually we originally had a good amount of crowd, classmates in here. And later on, it only became down to just me and my brother only in the classroom. So of course, we were already smart enough. We already know about these books and everything else. And I mean, yeah, that right there was old right there. This was probably hung up during, the tape would tell me about. It's by the sound of it, probably about 3 years ago. No, 5 years ago. I mean, I lived on this property now I'll show you the manse where I lived in, but I can't go in there and show you it because there's someone else currently living in there. But this is basically my classroom here where we learn to do and everything else. There's the finish line there, and the start line was over there. All right. Over here, this is basically storage. I'm not sure if the door is locked or not. No, it's not. Okay. This is storage. We just have a lot of stuff. I mean, very lot. At one point, we did a lot of suppers and everything else downstairs in the fellowship hall, but we don't do it no more. We just don't have enough people to do it. I mean, the right group just disbanded and just went away. The only 2 people left in the right group, just me and my brother. So there's that. So there's storage here. I'm going to turn the light on here so it'll be easier. Some more stuff also from World War II. You can't find glass like this. Actually, plexiglass. Well, you could probably find them, but you make them, but they'd be out and paying out your ass for them. chunk of glass here where we use as a like a diamond when we did the nativity scene reenactment here in church and all that. The shepherd's staff and everything else, one of the robes, clothings that we do. All right, this was upstairs. I'm going to show you downstairs in there. Oh, let me show you a cool feature. When my grandfather was coming here, can you guess what that is? Cool. This wire sneaks in at one point. Where's the light switch? I think there was a light switch in here. No, there is never a light switch. But over here, not sure if you can see it, but it's a button right here. You push that button, and when it does, it jigs this to hit the bell, like so. That basically signifies that all of these class that it was time to come downstairs. It was time to come and get ready to leave. Alright, this was the upstairs. I'm going to show you where we do our worshiping area. Gotta make sure I don't fall down the stairs because I fall down flare stairs many times. Hurt the back, and then it hurts the back. Yeah, but it happens all the time. This area right here is another cool area where I also remember. I remember this room so much, it's unreal. This is the nursery. I remember growing up in here as well. A lot has been done in here at one point. Yeah, that's why just light switch was over here. See, even I was, at one point I was flipping this switch many times, which there's a light out here. But I remember this switch fairly well because it's simple. It lights up this room, but this is the nursery. These were basically added in. Me and my brother's old dragon set that we had. Old Lego dragon set. Very old. Probably like 2003. Some choir robes. Let's see if I can find mine. I think mine's in here somewhere. Right here. There it is. There's my robe. Yep. Well, when I was younger, I helped sing in the choir, but not anymore. Not enough people to do so. And yeah, that's where the term coming into singing doesn't help much. Alright. Now we're going on to the main area. Let me go ahead and start turning some of these lights out. Because I also help take care of this place, like I said before. Utility closet, I won't show you what's in here because it's all messed up in there. Wow, we're going 13 minutes already in here. Alright, this right here was basically a quick briefing room for us before we go out to the main area. This is where the recording system is. Or for the speakers and the recorder does. This here does no longer record no more. I think it's messed up. So what we do is use this here to activate the speakers and the microphones and all that, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. This right here was the original area where we hung robes. As you can tell, there's more robes in here. There's now the green ones, the red ones. Some decoration flowers just to put on the foyer. Or on the table up front, but let me get these lights on in here. You're now entering the main worshiping area. Well, let's light down. There we go. Here's where the choir sits. Get a better angle for you. Matter of fact, let me come up here. The carpet here was replaced when we had a chance to upgrade with the budget and everything else. I asked my brother to get a snapshot of me while singing in the choir for you. And I was basically sitting right here, last chair, coming towards the exit. I had 3 older ladies up here because being polite and everything else, you always want to be at the door helping them down the stairs. So basically, I was sitting up here, looking at that. It was not a pretty sight at all. Sunday, where you have only a short amount of members. Here's where the pastor and guest speaker would be sitting. Here's the original pulpit. He added this onto it just to get it higher because he has reading problems because the angle of this right here causing him he can't. He needed more lift and more height the way he said it to help read. There's another piano. We got organ, electric piano, and two other regular pianos in here. All these seating area. I can't say the word. I can't speak today. Are all original from after World War II. The cushions had been refurbished and everything else. They were green at the time. The carpet in here was just yellow at the time. And of course, there's our state flag and our Christian banner. That is what we had Sunday. We had a total of literally 8 people. The last Sunday before that was a total of 6. That, like I said, when we get 20 people, we're rocking and rolling. As you can see, the number, the churches here is dying. But this area is part of the original area where it was all been built during World War II, after World War II. This is where my family sits. Me and my brother sits here, my mother sits here, and my grandparents sit right here. These 3 pews right here. Not much up here to talk about other than where I sit. But if you ever feel like coming down here and feel free to come, I mean, look at this. You would pick any seat here. These are the new hymn books here that we got. The ones that I show you are up in the library. This one's the new ones here. Up here to the front, the foyer. Yeah, so you end up getting new door handles because the old ones were the old twisting World War II style with the lock and everything else. We had literally to fill all that in. As you can tell by the paint scheme there, it doesn't match, but we tried our best to make everything flush. I mean, bad enough that you see right here, the walls cracking all the way up due to the shingles and everything else not doing their job, or somebody didn't lay the stuff right. But this is the foyer. Also, this is a very classical flag, also from World War II. All original cotton. You can't find flags like these these days. Pretty hard to find. Here are the plaques of those who helped dedicate themselves to the church. I believe my great-grandfather's on here. Henry Compton, where are you at? He's here somewhere, I know it. But anyways, I'll find it and I'll show it to you and with a picture and everything else. But here is a 2 marble plaques here dedicated to the church. As you can tell, in 46 and everything else, the elder he was from the time frame and everything else helped with the Sunday school. Was the founder at the Sunday school. My bad. Also another one here. Organizer and friend of the Lamar Sunday School as well. That gentleman right there. Then we go back over here and get this gentleman here. It's basically this gentleman right here. Let me make sure you get the name again, and there he is. Over here, these are some recently new plaques and all that. This right here is the original document of the church being fully established here. This is basically the names that we had to put on this type of paper, because as you can tell from here, this is very old. Like I said before, this church was founded in World War II. Actually, it was established in 48, but it was finished built during World War II. This was our piano player, mistress, who passed away not long ago. She was a very good pianist, been doing it all of her life. And then some support from my dad from being in the National Guard. And here are the National Guard flags right here. Then we had a supporter lady sent us this at the time when our dad was in Afghanistan. This was hung up while there was a lady that sent for dedicating that us Americans being in Iraq at the time and dedicating this to the Lamar Presbyterian Church. I mean, this is literally made in Iraq. It's pretty cool, but I won't go into details about the country. I'm not into it. But this is basically one of the coolest things that we ever have right here. Up front, I would like to show you up front, so I'll take you up there. Or mainly walk you around. But first things first, I gotta wait for the children at school here to pass on by because they're known to go to the mailbox over there, which like I said before, I lived here for 5 years, so I knew what this area is like. I know the ins and outs of this building faster than anything else. So let me go ahead and start lighting out these. 21 minutes. Sorry this video is a little long for you. It's a very good sized church. I mean, don't get me wrong. Good sized kitchen here. Not much to work with when we have everything crammed in here. I mean, one of the ladies burnt the other lady's chili when we had the Super Bowl, or the Soup Bowl, I should say, events and everything else. Right. Make sure I've got my keys here because I got to lock up the building. I got to turn out these lights here. Because yes, I am responsible for making sure everything's locked because as you can see, there's my key. And I am also the usher at my school, at this, not school, but church here. Alright, church locked up tight. Here's the parking lot area. There's the manse. Lived in this house for 5 years. There's the back lot. There's our storage unit that we use to put stuff in. We also do the yard sales out here. See, that's old school there. So you're still hanging on. This right here was originally grass and everything else, but we had to fill it in due to the fact that most people that were coming to our church are wheelchair bound. This ramp here was installed a couple of years ago, same effect. Excuse the noise on the traffic here. There's our sign, and here's most of the stuff here. As you can tell here, this thing here is actually almost getting ready to sink into the ground because the foundation is getting a little bit too soft for it. And yes, when it rains out here, this sucker is like a swamp. I mean, you can see right here that it's pretty bad. It's sinking. I mean, sign ain't supposed to be tilting. It's supposed to be looking forward and upright. But yeah, this is the church here where I come from. I'll be happy enough to come to where your church is at and compared to mine, which I could probably see from your picture that you sent me last time that it was pretty big. And I'm surprised. My church is small, but we do what we can. But yeah, there's a man's I used to live in for 5 years. I have watched this road for 5 years total. I mean, it was crazy. Hi there. I'm going to go ahead and stop here. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the Lamar Presbyterian Church, and hopefully enough you could come down and visit someday. Other than that, signing off.